Loving these Fox Bomber gloves. Pretty sweet, man. Let's warm her up. I would have to say the biggest gripe I have about my bike right now is I really need an exhaust. I'm tired of the baseball bat at the end. That's gonna be what we're gonna talk about today. Alright, what is up, YouTube fam? This is SoCal Moto, repping these them DRZs out there. What I wanted to talk about today was I am dying to get an exhaust on this bike. I've done all the aesthetics that I like. I'm gonna get rid of these mirrors, so all the people who commented on my mirrors, you can shale. And it's kind of a dilemma because there's a lot of different brands out there, a lot of different exhausts that I like, a lot of reputable brands that are good. The very common ones, like the big three that I call it, that I will most likely get, will be either A, the FMF PowerCore 4 with the power bomb header and everything. I'm gonna get a full system, or the Yoshimura full system. I like how it comes with a heat guard. I think they look great. Sound seems good, maybe a little lackluster over camera, but I don't know how it is in person. The third one, MRD Pro exhaust. It's a local brand out here in Riverside. Well, I'm in North Orange County, but they're out in Riverside, maybe 30 minutes out from me. That's probably the nastiest sounding exhaust I've ever heard in my life on a DRZ. In my eyes, undeniably the best sound. I think that with them being such a small company and just focusing on bikes, it might be the best for the DRZ. You can maybe pick up a little bit that have a bias towards that exhaust, but the FMF also, I've heard that on different bikes. It sounds great. Have nothing against it. I think it's gonna be a hard dilemma. So let's have a nice little chat about these exhausts. So I think one of the biggest things with these exhaust brands is, some people might say they all sound the same, but everyone, it's pretty common knowledge if you're on my channel, you probably like DRZs, or you're trying to figure out more about them, what they're all about. And when you do an exhaust, and what a lot of people like to do with the exhaust is this thing called the 3x3 airbox mod. And let me just explain really quick what that is. So a 3x3 airbox mod, what is that? And why is that always paired with an exhaust? When you get a less restrictive exhaust, you want to also pair it with maybe a little bit more airflow. And the way you do that is you're literally cutting the 3x3 hole in your airbox. If you have your regular airbox, you see the snorkel on it, you take that off, and like I said, you chop a 3x3 air hole in it. More air means you need more fuel on a carburetor bike means you need to rejet. So they have kits like the JD jetting kit, DynoJet kits, all these other kits for those. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. They're for the most part very synonymous. But what isn't synonymous is the brands of exhaust you can go with and what sound you're trying to go for. There's videos of like the FMF PowerCore 4. I really was hyped about that one pretty hard, where I was like, FMF's a really reputable brand. They put out good stuff. I trust it. And I was gonna go for it, but then I thought to myself, why not just look around? It doesn't hurt to look around. So I looked around a little bit. I saw the Yoshimura RS2, RS4 exhaust. I don't like that dual exhaust. I think it's just kind of overpriced and doesn't even look the best in my opinion. I did like the RS2 though. The RS2 was a very nice exhaust. They have the carbon version and everything. But the FMF looked great to me too and sounded just a little bit better than the RS2. They did sound very similar, but the PowerCore 4 versus the Q4 just looked and to me sounded it just edged it out by a little bit. And then what happened was when I was buying these Supermoto wheels, I ran into a guy who had the cleanest DRZ setup, and he had this exhaust called MRD on it. And I was like, dude, I've never even, at the time, you know, I was like, I never even heard of this. Like, this is awesome. What is this? It looked great, a little bit slimmer than all the other exhausts. And he told me, he was like, dude, this is going to be the best airflow, the best quality exhaust that will give you the most power gain. And I looked into it a little bit more, and it seemed to be, you know, just a great exhaust. I'm not going to say it's the best of the three performance-wise, because I don't truly know that. I think it's kind of subjective. But basically, it kept up with the big brands like FMF and Yoshimura. Police cop. While looking into them, I realized that the MRD Pro exhaust series, they were right around the same price range, which is awesome. That's a plus. And another thing too was that the MRD just sounded absolutely nasty. You know, I thought about it, I was like, dude, you know, do I want to be heard from a mile away? And is that really worth it to me to, you know, sacrifice the incognito aspect of my bike right now? But at the same time, you know, it's like, if I got a PowerCore 4 or an RS2, you know, with the Yoshimura and FMF, it's like you're already sacrificing that quietness that my bike already has. My bike does not draw much attention to it. I've actually, you know, I got a little quiet because I saw a cop on a bike, and sometimes they don't like when they see motovloggers. They think it's a distraction. But anyways, you know, by getting exhaust, you're gonna sacrifice that quiet aspect, that low-key aspect of your bike. And I've had compliments from cops even where I pull up next to them, and they don't treat me like I'm a Gixxer bro or something, or like I'm just any other dude on, you know, on some type of sport bike is willing to run away from a cop. They just give my bike compliments. It's pretty cool. It's just a low-key bike. It's like the truck of bikes. I always tell my buddies that, you know, it's so funny having a truck, because when my brother had a 350Z and these quick cars, they just draw so much attention to you, and naturally you're gonna get pulled over a little bit more, or the likelihood of that happening is a lot higher. And that's what I kind of love about the DRZ 400, is that if you don't make it too ridiculous. But I'm kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent. What I'm trying to get at is, I didn't know if I wanted an exhaust that was going to be so loud that I would get pulled over just for the noise. But I thought about it, and the exhaust, if you see the videos, it's not going to be like some sport bike rev bombing every time I pass by someone. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I need to know your guys' opinion, because I do value it. I do like hearing comments just about, you know, what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear. But I don't think that sounds too bad for stock, but I think we could get a little bit nastier of a sound going. Am I right? I would love to be heard on the road. You know, I sound like a pussy every time I try to rev bomb someone in this. You know, you're not getting any attention from the exhaust on this. It's like an ongoing joke that the stock exhaust is like someone mowing the lawn anytime I show up to a buddy's house. They're just like, oh, someone cutting the grass out there, and I'm just like, psych as but you know, I think you guys know where I'm going with all this. But if you can, you know, really give me some feedback on what brands you think I should go for. If you think I should look at new brands, please let me know. All the comments, all the likes, shares, and whatever you guys throw at me, I really do appreciate it. So that's that, man. That's the little talk I wanted to have about the muffler, and you know, just the exhaust. So in the future, next video I have coming out will be the exhaust video. It will be the exhaust unveiling. It will be a sound test. Whatever exhaust it will be, I guarantee you it will be sick, and it's gonna sound great. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.